Hey guys! So yesterday I moved into my new dorm room, which is a single, and it is awesome. Um, I got a single room because of my Tourette's, and I didn't want to worry about disturbing someone else or, you know, have a bad roommate situation because of my Tourette's. Also, I I have really bad insomnia and really weird sleeping patterns, mostly because of Tourette's, and you know how. Um, a lot of people with TS also have problems with sleep. So, that's why I have a single. Um, so I'm all moved in at my new school, and I don't really know that many people here. So not a lot of people know that I have TS and everything that comes with it. Um, but I am signed up for sorority recruitment, and so I've been spending a lot of time with some girls from the sororities here, and I did tell a couple of them about it, and they were totally cool with it. They didn't really a lot of people make mean comments and or just inadvertently rude. I think a lot of rude people do it on accident. But okay, so part of my thing with moving in that really comes out um, is my OCD. Um, I'm not. I'm not actually diagnosed with OCD because um, I've never felt the need to bring it up to my doctor. For my family, it's just part of the way I am, and it is very, very obvious that I do have a mild form of OCD, but there are some things that just completely set me off. Just a lot of things. I'm an excessive cleaner. Uh, I wash my hands all the time, um, especially at work, which is a good thing because I'm a waitress. So it doesn't look too out of place there. But anytime I even think I get anything on my hands, I have to wash them. And it gets to be a pain because there's only one service station that has a sink by it, and that's by the bar. It's where we dump drinks and stuff that aren't finished. And then there's one in the kitchen. But the server station that I usually work with in the dining room doesn't have a sink. It just has a hand sanitizer pump. And I've been able to make that work when I'm busy, but it drives me nuts because I feel like I actually have to wash my hands with water, and it's just a ugh. It's obsessive, obviously. Um, it's literally all I can think about. I work at a wing joint, and I get sauce on my hands all the time, just from taking food off the tray and putting it on the table, and it's really making me upset to even think about, honestly. So I'm gonna stop. But yeah, so there's that, and then certain things with cleaning just totally like I could not care less if a carpet has anything on it. Don't care. But I hate vacuums. That's a whole different story. Um, but I have a tile floor in here, and I refused to get a rug at all. My mom wanted to get me a little area rug, and I told her there's no way I'm not getting a rug because it will not stay clean. Because I don't care. Because I hate vacuums. I will not clean that rug. The rug in my dorm room last year was my roommate's. I didn't want it, and she basically moved out of my room halfway through the year, and as soon as I saw that that rug needed vacuuming, I did it. I vacuumed it, and I rolled it up, and I put it against the wall, and it did not go back on the floor. But on the tile floors that I seriously wash these floors so much. I got a new Swiffer. Before I just had one of those little dirt devil vacuums, like the ones that are like this big. Did not cut it. I freaked out. And brooms, don't even talk to me about brooms. I can't do it. They don't pick up anything. Oh my gosh, brooms are awful. And so I just got a new Swiffer, and my dad picked up a box of wet Swiffer white like pads and the dry ones too. And they each have like 12 in there. And I was like, Dad, you do know I go through one of each of these at least per week, right? So this is gonna last me like a semester. Maybe, probably not. And I need to buy new ones after that. So I ended up buying me 2 boxes each. But I posted about this on one of the Teens with Tourette's pages on Facebook. But another thing that's always bothered me, even since I was like first grade, oh my gosh, colors. I, in my head, have certain colors attached to subjects in school. And my dad and I were at Target. My mom was there too, but she wasn't like with us at the time. And I almost had a complete meltdown in the middle of school supply section at Target. And then at Wal-Mart too later. So I have colors that are attached to subjects in school. And in elementary school, it always drove me nuts because I always felt like my teacher picked the wrong color for each subject. And there are times where I would just throw fits about it. I was like, no, red is not language arts. Language arts is not supposed to be red. That's not the right color for that class. And I would just like freak out on my teachers for it. I was just like, no, you picked the wrong color. And that's not right. That's not right. Things like that. So we're at Target. And the other thing that I have to have is all my notebooks have to match. Like they have to be the same brand with the same design on them, just different colors. And I do have a certain brand that I prefer because it comes with, the cover is like bendy plastic. And I really like that because it doesn't get beat up like the paper or cardboard ones do. But anyway, actually all my notebooks are next to me. We were at Target and we were looking at notebooks, and I found a type of notebook. The other thing is they have to be college ruled notebooks with 70 sheets of paper. Those are the only notebooks I will use. One subject, college ruled 70 sheet notebooks. That's all. Which is awful. But we're at Target and we could only find notebooks of the same kind in 5 different colors. And I have 6 classes. So I was freaking out a little bit, honestly. I almost just threw a 2-year-old tantrum in the middle of Target. It drove me nuts. And my dad is usually really, I don't know if ignorant is the right word, but he just kind of ignores all my disorders completely and, pretends they don't exist, basically, and treats me exactly the same as he would treat me if I didn't have them, which in some cases I like a lot, but sometimes it's like he doesn't understand that I need to do things a little bit differently because of my disorders. But he really surprised me, and he was very patient while I was looking through all the binders, all the folders, all the notebooks, everything to try to find things that match. Because that's the other thing. I have to have a notebook color that matches, or my notebooks and my folders and my binders all for one class have to be all the same color. And luckily for college, I've given up on binders. I don't like them. I use folders now. But I do have 2 classes that have books that are not hardbound. They're not bound. They're called loose leaf textbooks. They're 3-hole punch. Basically, a stack of papers this big. It's 3-hole punch. So I needed binders for those. So I had to pick colors, and they didn't. Oh God, I got so frustrated. One of them was math. My math class is something along the lines of fundamentals of math for elementary teachers. So it's basically like how to do and teach math for elementary school. And and that has one. And my math color is red. Okay, my math color is red. They did not have a red binder anywhere. I needed a 1.5 inch binder, and I could not find one anywhere. So I got pink instead. I said I could settle for pink because it was closest I could get, and I got loose leaf for that class, loose leaf notebook paper, because it's a class with a binder. And then I had to get a binder for special ed. I have a special ed class. It's called Meeting the Needs of Diverse Learners. I'm an elementary and early childhood education major. If you didn't know, I don't know if I've ever said that. But I've never taken a class like this before, so I didn't have a color for this class. But it just so happened that yellow is a color that I hadn't assigned to a class before. I've never used yellow anything unless it was specifically designated by the teacher I had that we needed yellow. I've never used yellow school supplies, except for highlighters, obviously. We'll get to that in a minute. So yellow is my special ed color, so thankfully they had matching binders in pink and yellow. I can live with that. Okay, so we got past that. We could not find any folders that didn't have prongs. I can't do pronged folders. I think they're the dumbest invention ever. If you're going to do a pronged folder, you might as well just do a binder because it makes your life so much easier. Okay, pronged folders should not exist. So we leave Target after I almost have a meltdown in the school supply section. We go to Walmart. Walmart also does not have non-pronged folders. Well, so I eventually found some, but they're not solid colored and they're not plastic. I'm sure you can guess that I feel the need to have solid colored plastic folders. These are the folders I got. This is what I had to choose from. I decided that I have 6 classes. 2 of them have binders, means 4 of them need folders. This is going to be blue. This one is the one I have the hardest time with. But it was the best option. I had to settle, and I threw a fit. It sounds like I'm actually spoiled, but it actually just really annoys the crap out of me that this is what I have to use for a blue folder. I feel like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Purple, I found a purple one. The problem with this purple one is it doesn't match. And it has math information in it. Okay. Purple is my speech, theater, that kind of class. I don't know what I'm going to use it for because I'm taking speech and theater this semester. And then my green and red ones, I can live with because I really like chevron. It's one of my favorite patterns right now. It's very trendy. These ones I can live with, but the other 2, not right at all. And it drives me nuts, but I have to deal with it because otherwise I would not have folders, I would not have notebooks, I would not have binders. So it's just kind of something you have to deal with. And then while we were at Wal-Mart as well, my mom actually did this. My dad knows that I don't use colored highlighters. Yellow only. Only yellow. Nothing else. I can't do it. I've done this before in high school because I didn't have another option. I have used orange, pink, blue, green, whatever color of highlighter, and then later asked for a new copy of the paper because I couldn't look at it. I couldn't look at the paper. I ripped it up and threw it away. I couldn't stand it. I asked for a new copy every time. So I eventually just stopped buying. Like, my dad knows that I can't do that, so he stopped buying me colored highlighters. So my mom comes over with a 4-pack of different colored highlighters, and I look at her and I go, really? My dad goes, she can only use yellow. My mom was really embarrassed and I felt bad for her, but I really can only use yellow highlighters. I can only use a certain type of pen. I can only use certain notebooks. I can only use certain folders and binders, and it drives me crazy. And I can't explain it. I just can't. And I really wish I could for my parents' sake, because they don't understand. And other things that, sorry, this is such a long video. If you're still watching, you're obviously kind of interested in my life, so I'll just keep going. Other things that I'm not going to classify as any sort of disorder, but I know are associated with my TS, because, well, everything's associated with TS, isn't it? Seems like it, anyway. So, colors. I can't wear certain fabrics. I cut the tags out of everything. I organize my DVDs and, I organize everything alphabetically. If it has a title. Let's just go with that. First Blu-rays, then DVDs, alphabetical order. I used to sort by genre as well, but then sometimes you get mixed genres, and I didn't like that, so I didn't know where to classify them, so I just started doing it Blu-rays, DVDs. Books are a little harder. I usually go by genre. Those are a little bit easier to classify. For example, on my bookshelf right now at school, I have plays, fiction. Sorry, I can't see it all. Plays, fiction, nonfiction, textbooks, cookbooks, coloring books. Yes, I have a lot of coloring books, and with the cookbooks, I also have diet books. I have a book about paleo. I have a book about the Indian Tube diet book. I have books, all sorts of different like health and nutrition books. That's something my dad and I have always bonded over, and so I have a lot of those books. It's really interesting to me that other people have such differing opinions on nutrition. Another thing I do, people think I'm so organized, but really I'm not. Okay, so planner. I have an app on my phone, Panda case. I have an app on my phone called Donna. Donna is a really great app if you have something that you're going to be regularly scheduling, or it helped me a lot with work when I was working 2 jobs. I basically type everything into my Google Calendars. I don't know about Androids, but on the iPhone, or popular on Apple devices, in iTunes, it's a free app. It's called Donna. I think it's free. I don't pay for apps usually, but it might have been a free Starbucks one. Sorry, ranting. It's called Donna, and you can import your Google calendars or your Gmail calendars into this app. You can also type in events into the app and not put them on your calendars. You can type them in the app and put them on your calendars at the same time. You put in what it is, where it is, what time, start and end if you want to, whatever. Any notes about it, and then you can also choose like your location, your start and end location. So like work, I worked at a brewing company, and it was about half an hour drive away, but make good money, so it was worth it. And so I always put in my apartment address and the address of the brewery, and it would tell me exactly how long it would take me to get there, and driving the speed limit, it's like a Google Maps kind of thing. And I could get directions. I could put it directly into Google Maps or navigation, whatever system I was using for navigation, I could get it to automatically open that for me. Great. People think I'm so organized because of this. So it also gives you warnings the night before. It'll say, tomorrow you have 3 meetings. Your first meeting is work at 11 a.m. Super awesome. It reminds you before you go to bed at night. You can like set the time that it warns you and everything like that. All right. Second and third, I have 2 planners. This is my school planner. I put assignments in this. This is my life planner. I put everything else in this. I also put important due dates, tests, exams, quizzes, paper due dates, all that stuff. General assignments go in this one, as well as my class schedule, because each day, okay, for example, this is my first day of class here. Class isn't started yet. I have 2 classes this day. So up here on the top, I will write math. The second one, I will write comm for communication. I'll write the assignment and what we did in class. I also have this cool little thing up there, where I erase board. It's my weekly planner. On one side, I have my class schedule, which doesn't change. On the other side, I have my other schedule. So that's where I put meetings, work, that kind of stuff. So I divide it in half. I have notebooks where I just write down random thoughts. And then when I get bored, I go and or like questions I have or whatever, and when I get bored, I just go and, look around the internet or, library or whatever and find out some new information. I don't know, I have everything in a place. Everything has a place. Drawers, I have so many drawers. Oh my god. I have that plastic thing you can kind of see in the background. Plastic. I have 3 of those in different sizes. I have like bins, plastic ones, in all different sizes and types, and lids and no lids, and oh god, I can't even describe to you how organized my stuff looks. But it's really not. I don't think so anyway, but organization drives me nuts. I have 4 different colors of Post-it notes. I write in my textbooks. I Post-it note my textbooks. I highlight my textbooks. Oh my god, you'd think I'd be such a good student, but I'm not. That's just a lot of the things that kind of piggyback on my TS, I think. And my undiagnosed OCD. Yeah. Oh, so another update. Yeah, obviously care if you're still watching, because we're 23 minutes and this is ridiculous. I'm stopping. I'll try to stop by 25 minutes, because this is a super, super long update. But I really want to talk about my associated disorders, and that takes a long time to explain, because I'm not actually diagnosed with things, and things like OCD are really complicated, because there's so many different things. But, okay, so I'm all moved in my new dorm, blah, 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 blah. Before I got here, I went to my movement disorder specialist at Iowa City, the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinic. So super high up specialist, which my doctor obviously thinks I need it. I guess I'm a bad case, whatever. So I'm still on the clonidine, and we upped my dosage by 1.5 times. So instead of 0.1 milligram, I'm now taking 0.15. So today was the first day, and I was super tired all day. I napped for 5 hours, and not really. I napped for 3 hours, and now I'm super tired again. And I woke up 5 hours ago from my 2-hour nap, and I slept in, and blah blah blah. I didn't do anything today. I then sprained my thumb, which sounds stupid, but it's not my fault. Unlofting my bed, and my mom wasn't holding on to my bed spring part as tightly as I thought she was, and the thing came crashing down on my hand and hit the bottom knuckle part of my thumb, and it actually smashed it between 2 metal rods, basically. So now it's bruised and swollen, and My dad's an EMT, and he said it's probably sprained. So, sprained my thumb. I had the best luck. Alright, we're at 25 minutes and 3 seconds and counting. Okay, so I will try to get another update in at the end of this first week of classes next weekend. I'm having so much fun being all ticky at school and stuff, and meeting new people, and being nervous wreck because I have super bad anxiety and hate people and social. My parents told me I'm not allowed to be a hermit this year because I was single, and so I had to like actually get out in the world and make friends and not spend all my time in my room. This school is huge. I'll update you later, okay? Thanks for sticking with me for 26 minutes, guys. Keep ticking. I love you all.